Girls
No
only.
boys.
No boys.
We told Daddy when he came back here after his live that there were no boys allowed.
In this room.
Yep. The girls' room. This is where we've been for the last, I don't know. Hour and a half. Just chilling on the bed. Relaxing. Anna has her legs raised up because her knee was a little achy. It's just a little bit achy. Daddy's all in there like, oh, Anna's knee is hurting her. She's inhabilitated. She's stuck in the bed for the rest of her life. She's never going to walk again. And Anna's like, it barely hurts. Right? Yeah. So, and then my hips are sore today. They're just achy. I think because I fell asleep on the couch a couple times. So we're just resting. And then we were watching Daddy do his live, and Anna's like, we should go live. And I was like, yeah, we should go live from the bed. And she's like, yeah. Put your chin up. You're
No boys allowed on this live or in the room. Today's National Watermelon Day. That's good.
Oh, we had watermelon this morning. Yay.
Well, not all of us.
Well, Daddy's allergic to it, so he gets a buy. He gets a buy on that.
I only had
I had a piece. I had one bite.
One bite. That doesn't do anything.
But that was because I wanted to save the rest for you. I was being nice. What do you mean that doesn't do anything? What is it supposed to do? After you eat so much of it, you gain superpowers?
You at least have to have two.
2 or more pieces for it to count?
Yes, 2 more pieces.
It doesn't count?
No, one piece doesn't count.
No. What if you had watermelon superpowers? What would that be like?
Watermelon superpowers?
Yeah.
There is no such thing.
Why not?
I mean, you could say that.
How come you can make up all the things that you want to make up when you want to do play life stuff, but I come up with a imagination idea and you're like, there's no such thing.
I mean, fine. There is watermelon superpowers, and watermelon superpowers is you can throw watermelons out of your hands when you don't have any watermelons in your hand. You just throw watermelons out of your hands, and then they explode into giant bursts of water.
Gallagher superpowers.
And they go into giant bursts of water.
Smashing watermelons.
When it hits something, it explodes and turns into a giant burst of water, and it can flood things.
Okay.
It's not a good superpower to have.
No, it's not. It's a lame superpower.
No, it's not a lame superpower. It's just it floods, and it can make floods.
Watermelon floods?
No, water floods.
Why are you pushing? Quit pushing on me.
Sorry.
Get over here. All right. Nancy says, be careful what you ask for, Nana. Yeah, seeds. That makes more sense. James, you blow seeds out. Like that. Watermelon seeds. You'd pick up watermelons with your hands and absorb them, and then they go and spit seeds everywhere.
Or when you eat watermelons, it gains your watermelon power. But then all the watermelon goes down, and then the seeds also go down, but they go in a secret pipe that can go down into your hands, and then you can throw seeds out of your hands.
You'd spit the seeds at people, and they would go in their mouth, and they would swallow them, and then watermelons would grow in their tummies.
Mm-hmm. And then they'd explode. Because the watermelons.
That's really graphic. From the okay, moving on. Let's pick a different superpower that isn't quite so violent.
Okay, I know.
It doesn't have such a demise at the end of it. Your head. No, not that far. Come back. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
What superpower could you have, like, with your casts, how your casts are right now? What superpower could you have with what that has to do with having casts on your legs?
Easy change. It's called easy change. And when you have casts on, you only have to keep it on for like a few hours. And then because when I can touch the casts, and the casts will go into like an easy change where they hold it really well, and you only have to keep them on for a few hours, and then they can saw it off, and my foot will be fully corrected with only one set of casts.
Oh wow, cool. That sounds pretty neat. Easy change. That's a superpower.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody gets to have it though.
It's not easy cast. It's the letter E and the letter Z and then cast.
Easy cast.
Mm-hmm.
Easy cast. Is this another? This is not a superpower. This is a new business you're starting up. This is another one of your businesses. Yes, because you had Clever Zip for your hoodies, and then you had Suck It Up for your vacuums, and then you had, what was it, Ding Dong?
For doorbells.
Ding Dong doorbells, and now you've got Easy Cast.
No, it's not.
Easy Cast is a subsidiary of
no,
Clever Zip hoodies.
Easy Cast, fine. Fine, you can spell Easy Cast however you want to spell Easy Cast.
Cheryl says, I just got the notification. What's Easy Cast? We were just talking before we went live about there was a. Do you want to talk? Well, do you want to talk about it? No, you don't want to talk about it. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
LOL.
LOL.
LOL, but over.
Scratch that.
Oh, let's see if I can just now in the country.
Your cats can't spit out seeds. Wait, what?
Casts.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got that.
Today at Aldi, they had unicorn ice cream cones and outer space. It's Aldi. There's no S on the end of it. There's no S on the end of Kroger. There's no S on the end of Meijer. There's no S on the end of whatever everybody wants to add an S to up in Michigan and the Midwest. There's no S on the end of Walmart.
There is an S on the end of Ford.
There's no S on the end of Ford.
Fords.
It's not Ford.
Fords.
I miss my Midwestern peeps.
Peeps.
With all of our
you mean
funny things.
The little Midwestern marshmallow bunnies?
I told Aaron this morning I miss the change of seasons. I don't miss winter, but I miss spring and fall and just like the seasons changing. And I miss deciduous trees.
You mean that? I hate that gigantic floofy tree that's blocking the way of me being able to see. I always see.
How you gonna hate a tree, bro? Like that's producing oxygen for you.
I know,
how you gonna hate that?
But I'll show you. It's like this big.
You might as well just say I hate breathing. I hate being able to breathe.
It's like super big, and it blocks my entire view. I can't even see anything.
It also provides you with shade and reduces your energy costs and allows you to breathe air. So the tree's like, excuse me for living. I'm here doing you a service.
Goodbye.
Get over here. Don't be ridiculous.
But there is an S on the end of Coles, yes.
Let's see. Let's see what else. What else is going on, people? Oh, my hips.
And being weird, huh?
Everybody is wanting to know how you're doing, how your legs are feeling.
You're fine.
Oh, yeah, lets birds live. Yep, gives birds and squirrels and stuff a home. That's right, that's right. That's right. Things are going well, Sally. We're just being really exceptionally lazy today. We were going to go try to find, Anna, please. We were going to go try to find something to do today. And then Anna got past a voiceover audition late last night that needs to be filmed or recorded today. So, and Aaron, I wanted Aaron to work on that, start on that design for my friend Mikey for his tattoo. And what is it I need to do? I need to work on a couple of things. I need to do some nonprofit work. I haven't even looked at my emails since we got down here. So I need to do that. So anyway, it just became obvious that we weren't going to go anywhere today. And so then I was laying down because my hips are hurting. And then Anna came in and laid down with me. And then we were like, we're not leaving the bed right now. So.
Are we both on the round bed? What even is the round bed? The dog bed. And of course, we won't have both room to fit on that.
Kathy says poor Aaron would have to buy pants if he lived in the Midwest. That's true. He'd not be able to wear his flip-flops 24/7 like he does. Yeah.
Why so many messages?
James says, Nana, what ended up being the outcome of the file transfer saga? So I got it down on the 31st to like 500 gigs from like, what was it, 1.5 terabytes or whatever I started with. And they switched it over on August 1st. And so when I went to look at the drive, it was red. The storage thing was red. And it said, you are using 500 gigs of 15 gigs. And it doesn't seem to be affecting my email. So that was my main primary concern. And they sent out another email and said, okay, your time is up. Like, you no longer have access to the drive. You can't edit any files. You can't add any files. And now you have until January to get the rest of what's off your drive the rest of what's on your drive off. Get it down below that 15 gigs. And they said all accounts that are over 15 gigs by the deadline now will be deleted. They'll be considered abandoned and they'll just nuke the whole account. So that's not a problem. I can do what's left in a couple of days. It's just a bunch of videos basically left. Like I said, my primary concern was if it was going to affect my email, and that doesn't seem to be the case. So now I don't feel as panicked about it. But I spent like a whole week staying up late and working on it and really burnt myself out on it. And I didn't get anything else done that whole time. So now I'm like, I can't even look at it for a couple of days without feeling like I'm going to vomit. So I'm just giving it a rest. I'll go back to it. Jennifer, probably tomorrow. Get it done over the weekend.
Jennifer, why are you staying in a coffee cup?
Coffee sound. Oh, babe. We didn't have any coffee. Maybe that's why I feel so sluggish. Coffee. I know if I would have known that it wasn't going to affect email, I wouldn't have been quite so anxious about it before, but it's okay. I got a lot done and I will get the rest done. Your eyes hurt from looking at it. Yeah, Sally. Sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it. What are you doing? Are you eating emojis?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to. I've been neglecting the nonprofit stuff. I got to go in there and check on things. I'm sure there's emails I need to respond to. I need to put up our July, or not our story for our July kiddo. I never even posted in the month of July. Now it's August, so that's pretty. That's pretty rude of me. So I have to take care of that and stop it. I don't want to look inside your mouth. She's going to let him go up her nose now.
I'll let them go between my teeth.
July did go by fast, Cheryl. What happened? Does anybody know what happened? Like how did July go by as fast as it did? I don't understand. It was like the beginning of July and now it's August, and I don't get it. It was crazy.
It was just
Hey. Room service coffee.
room service would be lovely.
No, I'm gonna, after this live, I'm actually gonna get out of this back. When I get back out of this bed and go do some work. And we should get your voiceover recording out of the way. Pete, excuse me. That's okay, Pete. I don't think Anna's gonna lose. Anna, please. Okay, well, we're gonna have to say goodbye then, because Anna can't sit still and behave herself. So we have to go.
No, it's fine. I just want to talk about things.
Well, we are talking about things. I was just going to answer somebody's question about you losing more teeth. I was going to say, I don't think that she's going to be losing any more teeth anytime soon. I think she lost all the bottom 4, right? Like the 2 in the front and then the 2 next to them. And then she lost all the top 4. And there's all like one right after the other for like a whole year. She's just losing teeth.
Yeah.
So now I think she's got some time before the next ones come out.
Look at the coming.
I know those side ones are taking their time coming in. Yep.
I do just want to have fun.
She is being goofy. What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about? I want to make a story.
You want to make a story?
Yeah.
What kind of story?
About anything.
Like what?
A space mission.
Okay, go. Do it.
We both do it.
We both do it.
Yeah, like I'll say like 1 or 2 sentences about the story and we'll just keep adding on. If you have questions about the story, you can just ask the questions.
Well,
and we'll stop the story and we can figure out the questions, okay?
How about we just do the story without answering any questions and then we say goodbye?
Please, okay, fine.
Martha says, do you think Anna will need braces? She might actually need a small round of like Invisalign, because none of my other 2 children did not need braces. And I didn't need braces, but I had to have my top palate widened. So I had to do like a spacer. But she has, so when she had her first surgery, when she was I take it back. I misspoke. It wasn't her first surgery. When she had her surgery when she was 1, she had her first elbow release surgery. At the same time, they did a frenulectomy, which is where they...
A
frenulectomy.
What's a frenulectomy?
Frenulectomy. Well, I'm about to tell you. That's where they clip the extra skin holding down the tongue underneath. So it's a tongue tie, right? I'm sure you guys have heard of tongue ties. And that's where there's like extra skin underneath your tongue, and it prevents the tongue from, it like holds the tongue down, prevents the tongue from moving the way it's supposed to. So they did that frenulectomy while she was under anesthesia getting her elbow done. And it released her tongue. However, the dentist said that she has additional skin up here. You can see how her teeth are gapped a little bit. She has additional skin behind her teeth up top too. And so she might need to have that skin removed as well. And that's a different kind of procedure. I forget what it's called, but we have like a paper about it. So she would have that done, and then she would have to wear like a, maybe like a couple rounds of Invisalign just to like bring those teeth together all the way, and maybe put things into, we'll see as all her teeth come in, how they, they're not like, let me see, smile. They're not like, they're not like twisted or out of position or anything like that. So if she does need braces, it'll be minimal. What are you raising your hand about?
I thought we were going to do a story.
Well, we were, but someone asked a question about your teeth. And so part of being on the live is interacting with the people that are on the live with us and answering questions, right?
Okay, now can we do the story?
Yes, now we can do the story.
Okay, so you start first.
I start first. I don't even understand what we're doing. This is your idea.
Well, I'll tell you. So when you start first, you have to say once upon a time first, and then you just go into like 1 or 2 sentences about about what happened at the beginning. Like you could say, once upon a time there was this dog who really loved space. Like you could say that. Or you could say, once upon a time once upon a time my friend was walking around and she found this thing. So she decided to go to space sometime. Like that.
Okay.
And then we'll just go back and forth saying 1 or 2 sentences.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a Smurf who lived in space.
That Smurf loved to go on so many adventures, she decided to visit another planet that was far, far away from where she lived.
Now I just add to the story.
Mm-hmm.
So she packed up her Smurf dog and her Smurf clothes and her Smurf shampoo and her Smurf toilet paper and her Smurf food into her Smurf rocket and took off for the planet.
Which planet?
It's up to you.
I think the planet should be called Planet Bum Bum.
Okay. So you got to continue the story.
She was too busy hanging out.
Wait, don't you have to finish my sentence?
No,
So I said she took off for the planet.
No, you don't. You have to finish your sentence.
Oh.
I don't get to finish your sentence because I don't put words in your mouth because you might think of something different. You finish the sentence. Stop it! Just finish the sentence.
So she took off for the planet Bum Bum.
She was so happy to go there because she loved going on so many adventures. She was too caught up in staring at the stars far away from her.
So she was so caught up at staring at the stars. She was so caught up in staring at the stars that she completely missed the planet and flew past it to the next planet 3 planets down.
I think that third planet down, I shouldn't think it should be Planet Abuji.
Well, you just continue the story. Go ahead.
Called Planet Abuji. She quickly turned around and found that she was going to a door that led to another world.
On the planet?
No, she wasn't on the planet. She turned around in space because she noticed that she was...
And found a door in space?
Yeah.
That went to another world?
Mm-hmm.
Like another universe?
Mm-hmm.
Like another galaxy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This other world, in this other world, everything was opposites to the world that she was already in. So she noticed that everything inside her rocket immediately changed to opposites. So her Smurf toilet paper turned into Smurf paper towel, and her Smurf food turned into Smurf drinks, and her Smurf clothing turned into poofed away into nothing.
I think her Smurf clothing should turn into hairbrushes and hair ties and stuff.
Smurf hair stuff.
I think, well, if I'm not blaming you, but I think since this planet was
You're not blaming me?
I'm not like judging you and being like, no, you have to say this. I was thinking maybe this planet could be like upside down, so everybody talked backwards and everything you had to do everything backwards.
But it was my turn.
No, that's what I was thinking. That's fine.
I'm not trying to tell you how to run the story, but here's how I want to run the story. You can add that part in. It can be backwards and what you said.
It could be you. When she entered the world, she saw everyone was walking on their hands, not their feet.
There you go. That's an opposite.
So she decided to try it, but all she did was flip-flop and fall down.
Let's see. Where can we go from there?
Maybe people talking backwards when they said hello to her.
Oh yeah, and so and when she tried to ask people for help, when she couldn't understand anything they were saying because they talked backwards. So instead of speaking Smurf, they were speaking Smurfs. Just trying to say Smurf backwards. What is Smurf backwards? SMURF would be for F
Hold on,
FRU Frums. They were speaking frums. Thank you, Pete. Mm-hmm. Can you speak frums?
Say.
Huh?
CA. Yes.
Jill says you have a wonderful imagination, Anna.
So,
all right, it's your turn.
Okay. So she walked in there and she tried to say hello backwards, but all she said was Alaho.
She can't even talk right. It changes her words. She's like, I think I'm saying hello, but it sounds like Alaho. Well, that would be good though. Then wouldn't they be able to understand her?
No, because hello would be. Let me think.
It's like Google Translate in the air.
It's Ole.
Yeah.
Ole is hello backwards.
Ole.
But all she said is halaga.
It was all garbled.
Because she tried to say it backwards, but she didn't know how to. She doesn't know how to say things backwards.
Yeah, I'd be a little weirded out if something walked up to me and said I'd be like, excuse me? I'm sorry, I can't understand you. Yeah, no, I don't know what you're saying, dude.
And I still don't know what you're saying.
Sounds like a chicken.
Yeah.
Sounds like an upset chicken. I think this chicken's asking for the manager.
You are how? Did someone just say you are how backwards? Someone just said you are how backwards. Okay, whose turn is it? Oh, your turn.
It's my turn? Oh, gosh.
Because I said that she tried to say hello backwards, but she just ended up in a mumble of letters.
So she decided, forget this place, this is too much. And she got back in her rocket and tried to leave, but the rocket would only fly backwards. So it dug her further into the ground.
So she came back out of her rocket and decided to try to walk forwards, but the wind was always blowing backwards, so she kept falling down.
Oh man, this poor Smurf.
But at the end of the story, she returns back home. So.
But how are we getting her back home if everything's bad? We got to think. Okay.
So we're not getting her back home right in this very second.
Well, she sat down and realized that nothing was working, and in order to make something work, she was going to have to do it backwards to begin with, so that it would be forwards for real. So she had to get the proper parts to retool the inside of her rocket engine so that the propulsion would blow the opposite direction out of the nose of the rocket instead of the bottom. So she had to go to the store.
She went into the store, but she kept falling down while she was walking because the wind was blowing her backwards.
So in order to get to the store, she had to walk backwards so that she would go forwards. So she's on her hands, walking upside down and backwards.
She went into the store and she looked all over the place but couldn't find anything to help her with her rocket.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Oh. So they don't have anything at the store and she can't talk to anyone because she just sounds like...
Yes.
Oh, but she was just about... She got really sad and she was crying and she wasn't sure what to do. And she was just about to leave the store when, lo and behold, on the shelf by the checkout counter was a translator tool. So she was able to buy the translator tool and type in what she wanted to say, and it spoke for her and told the people at the store the parts that she was looking for and where to get them. But they didn't have them at that store.
So she took her translator tool and put it in her pocket so she had it, and she went to another store that was a couple miles away. So she had...
What kind of store was it?
It was like a... Which store? The new store that she's about to go to?
Yeah.
It's just a regular grocery store.
A grocery store?
Mm-hmm.
She needed groceries?
No, it's just a grocery store, but she didn't... It said it backwards on the sign.
Uh-huh.
So she couldn't... And the translator tool can help her because she can type the things in backwards and it'll translate them for her to how they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she went into the grocery store because she thought they might have some tools in there. But all she saw was food. Lots of food.
So she had to find the manager and use her translator tool to ask him where she could get these parts that she needed to redo her rocket ship. And the manager said that she was in the right place, but he took her in the back. And they walked through these double doors and through the freezer and through the butcher center and through the employee bathroom all the way back through to the toilet. And she had to get on the toilet and flush herself down the toilet. And then it took her to a secret store where they had all the rocket ship parts.
But how is she going to get back out?
That's up to you.
Well, you have to help me figure that out. Because we're doing this together. Okay, so she wandered around the store for a couple of minutes, gathering up all the tools she needed. She tried to climb out of the toilet, but all she did was slip right back down because the water was pushing her back. She tried So she tried to put her hands down first and jump out, and she went out of the toilet tank. Out through the toilet.
She went out through the toilet tank?
And yeah. Now she's standing over here by the toilet.
Okay.
Well, here's the toilet, and here's where she is.
Okay. So now that she was back in the upper part of the store, then she hurried up and took her tools and all the parts that she bought back to her rocket and got to work. But she was in the middle of putting everything together when something crazy happened.
What was the craziest thing that happened?
It's your turn.
Hmm.
You have to come up with the crazy thing.
Someone in another store was playing with matches while they were shopping, and the store exploded, sending her rocket away so she couldn't leave.
What? Now she's trapped there?
Well, once we get more into the story, you and I can figure out a way to have her build another rocket ship to blast her off forwards.
Wait, how long is this story going to be? We've got like 10 minutes and we got to go. You got to quit pushing into my head. You're hurting me. You're giving me a headache.
Okay.
You're giving me a migraine. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now what? So the only thing left since her rocket ship exploded away was her Smurf self and her Smurf dog. And so she and her Smurf dog were wandering around town, not knowing what to do, when this nice couple that lived in a nice house on the main street invited her inside for tea and cookies.
So she took her leash off her Smurf dog so it could go wander around and explore and make sure if it was all nice for her to stay there for a little while. And the Smurf dog just wandered around while she was having tea and cookies with the couple.
That's it?
And then after she had tea and cookies, she went back out with her Smurf dog. She put the leash back on her Smurf dog and went back out and wandered around to see if there was any cool thing she could find to help build another rocket ship or something like it.
Wait, so she's done talking with them and she's wandering around again now?
She's back outside with her Smurf dog wandering around trying to figure out if there's something she can do.
You gotta give me something to work with, girl.
Okay, when a friendly penguin that spoke her language, not backwards, spoke her language, came up and asked her if she needed help with something.
So she broke down and told the friendly penguin her whole story of how she was trying to get to the Bum Bum planet and she missed it and she ended up through the portal into the different galaxy and everything is backwards and wrong and now her rocket ship is gone. And the penguin said, "Don't cry, I've got your back." And he took her over to his house where he had a big yard, and his yard was basically like a giant junkyard where you could get anything you needed. It's like the junk drawer, but it's a junkyard. And so he took her out back, and there was a big huge thing right in the middle of the junkyard that had a blanket over it, and he pulled the blanket off. Whoosh, and he said, "Will this help you?" And it was an exact replica of her rocket in perfect working order.
So she hopped in her rocket and went straight up, and it did not dig her into the ground. And she flew away And she tried to go to the Bum Bum planet, but all these people were making fun of her, thinking that she built it or she used magic. But so she kept flying until she reached the Bum Bum planet. But the Bum Bum planet was not as usual. It was not as expected.
It was not as expected.
We have to figure out how to get away from this Bum Bum planet too.
Well, where she just flew over there and she was like, "This is not as I expected."
Yeah, because she expected it to be just like her planet, but it was not. Everything was upside down. The houses were upside down. The people were upside down, but they were still, the people were fine, but the houses were upside down. And the toilet paper was upside down. Toilets were upside down. Everything was upside down.
No, wait. The toilet paper was upside. You mean like they were putting it on backwards? Okay, no, we're out of here. She didn't land yet, right?
She did.
Okay, well, as soon as she landed, she saw that these people put their toilet paper rolls on backwards, and she was like, "Nope, forget this. I'm out of here." Got back in her rocket and flew away so fast, never looked back, never thought about the Bum Bum planet again.
When she came back to her own planet, all the Smurfs were staring at her because they heard of the explosion and they were wondering how she got her rocket ship back. So she told them all about her story, and they decided to help her make her own planet where everything is just how she wanted.
Oh wow, she gets her own planet. That's pretty cool.
We have to make their own planet. We have to figure out how she makes her own planet.
So she designed her own planet, which was pink skies and purple oceans with sparkly land and unicorns and butterflies everywhere. And all of the trees were magic. And they, if you sat down and they were too big and in your way, they just moved to a different spot. And walking around on this planet was just like swimming in the pool. It was easy to get around everywhere all the time. And there was always music and dancing and singing and all of the best foods. And lots of love. Everybody's love bank was always full and overflowing. And everybody slept soundly at night to the beautiful sounds of crickets and frogs.
All of her friends from her own planet, her friends, her family, and most of her other people, came to her new planet and settled in with her. Nothing was upside down. Everything was just how she wanted.
And they all lived happily ever after. The end.
Are they broccoli trees? Yes, they're broccoli trees. Are they broccoli trees?
Sure, they can be broccoli trees.
Yeah.
Why not?
And there's mushroom and toad pools that help. There's toad pools. Like the mushrooms are the seats for everything.
Okay, but if we're going to have broccoli trees and mushroom toadstools and carrot fences and things like that, then we have to have ranch retention ponds.
Yes. Yeah, let's do ranch retention ponds and blue cheese retention ponds, orange juice retention ponds. Like, the water is always a type of drink. And you could drink it, and if you drink the water from there, you can get magic, and that magic will help you live in that world better.
Now I'm getting hungry. Now I want to go dip something into ranch. All right, we should go. I've got to get some work done today. I can't just snuggle you all day as much as I'd like to.
Just snuggle you all day. I love you. I love you.
I love you too. My goodness, calm down, calm down. You're like an overexcited puppy. Calm down. All right, guys, we're gonna go.
I am going to.
We're gonna go now. We're gonna go do things. We're gonna go do stuff and things and stuff.
What can I do?
Oh, what?
What can I do?
What can you do? What do you want to do? Oh, you've got to do your voiceover. And then after you do your voiceover, you can do whatever you want.
Even watch a show.
You were gonna talk to Ella maybe later again. Ella, if you guys didn't know, had a loss. She lost her.
Yeah, someone commented about that.
She lost her mousy yesterday. Very sad. Anna called her today to talk to her a little bit and give her condolences. Ella was on her way to Arch.
What in the world is that kind of?
So maybe you guys will talk again later when she's done with stuff.
What's a condolence? What are condolences?
Condolences? It's like when you tell someone you're sorry for their loss. Like consoling them because they're sad.
Wait, is that a kitty? A balloon? Kitty balloon right there?
I don't know.
Person's holding. The person is holding a kitty balloon, I thought. Kitty balloon.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Bugaboo.
Is that spam?